even thought about it. So, but we went online, of course, all kind, there's somebody in Ohio who did a lot of bowl work, and oh, that feels good. Oh. But yeah, it's like, so what does that do? That breaks up, I know there's gunk in there, because it needs to be
Well, yeah, you broke
up.
it. So, yeah, there's a lot of scar tissue in there affecting your mobility.
Because I broke the collarbone, but I could only get my arm halfway up.
Yeah, so if you break the collarbone, and, that's, the collarbone is where our Chapman's channels are. So, if the collarbone is broken, then nothing from your arm and face can drain down. So that's why you can look a lot younger, or a lot older, a lot quicker.
Wow.
And the arms can get a lot bigger because,
oh wow,
your Chapman's channels, like all that energy that's in here needs to go to healing it instead of what it's actually supposed to be doing.
But it took me a couple months to finally get in therapy, but yeah,
Yeah, the longer you wait, the worse it is too, because then it just builds up more icky stuff until you fix it.
I did therapy right after. I think I broke it the 1st of October, and they got me in therapy. God, that hurts.
Yeah, in therapy, they don't do this in therapy.
Huh?
They don't do this in therapy. They should. All physical therapists should do this.
They had me on.
Graston therapy is something similar. It doesn't have the frequencies to it, but it has a similar technique that helps.
Well, somebody did cupping on me one day because I was in such bad shape. They do cupping at St. V now.
Oh, nice.
That was very nice. I said, you do cupping? So they did. They did cupping, and that really helped a lot.
Yeah, we can do a little cupping on there today.
So,
and then we're going to flux it afterwards.
Then needless to say, I was really, for my age range, I was like above percentile. So I got the range movement back. So it's not that I can't do it, but it's stiff.
Well, you want to be able to do it, you know what I mean? Because you want to be able to do it well, not just for your age group, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I can tell, like, you should be able to have it all the way back here, and we could, you can only touch, like, the head, you know what I mean? So you should be able to put that all the way back. And I can feel there's, like, a giant, like, nugget. It's not just about the arms being bigger, but there's a lot of nugget from toxins from after that break, and that is getting in the way of the mobility. So not only when we're breaking up the stuff that we don't like to look at in the arms, that chunk there, imagine that chunk being gone, how much more mobility are we going to have?
Yeah, I can pull it with,
Hi, Alana.
Pull it back with a band, and somebody on your the other day was on, they said, what's that guy doing? He's kind of creepy. I told Jim that, he loved it.
Oh, that's so funny. You got to pop in there and talk to them. You got to troll them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a big old nugget in there.
I knew it had to be. So I thought this week,
So same thing, even people who haven't had injuries, you know what I mean? If you wear bras, you don't move your arms, then that stuff will build up in your arms, and a lot of times it's not fat. And I'll see people get like liposurgery for this, and now you've got more scar tissue on top of it, and then their arms, they'll never be the same after that.
Well, sometimes, a lot of times.
It's a lymph problem, it's not a fat problem.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah, and scar tissue since you had the injury. So even though you had the injury, you didn't have surgery, you're not having like surgical scars there, right?
No surgery.
Right, but you're still going to have, internal scar tissue from that, the break.
That's what I thought. Ugh.
And that's going to add extra inches.
Yeah, I can't wear
sleeveless. Keep things from being snatched. So the cool thing is, though, even though we're doing this for skin tightening and snatching up the arm, she is going to get more mobility because the chunky stuff is blocking her mobility.
Oh, I need a drug. Oh.
We don't do drugs.
I know you don't, but I want some.
You can bring your own.
Oh, I don't have any. They don't let me have drugs anymore. Actually, the only thing I was on when I broke it was ibuprofen. Or not even, they told me not to do ibuprofen. I did Tylenol. Because they said ibuprofen. I shouldn't have any hair there. I shaved the other day, I hope.
Yeah, I don't take either of those. I take arnica.
Oh,
It's
you
all
do?
natural. Yeah, because
No,
all
no
those
arnica.
things can be harmful to your organs and stuff. Oh, yeah.
Ow, ow, ow. It doesn't hurt, but it hurts, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they don't know what you mean. You gotta explain it.
It's pressure. It's heavy pressure.
Oh, that's what we do. Put on the pressure.
So yeah, my left arm has been, hand has been much stronger for many, many years, because when I was about 35 or 36, I broke my right wrist.
Oh.
And I had a cast on it for 6 weeks, and then it never did heal back. They had to do surgery on it. It fractured about a year later. And so during that time, I had to learn to type.
Can you hold that like that?
And then I also had to learn to do everything with my left arm. And so, therefore, my left arm and hands were already stronger, so I just use it, which is not smart.
Yeah, I broke my right wrist twice, and both elbows, both knees, the left foot twice.
Oh my God.
And just recently the right pinky toe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought I was bad, and I've only broke 2 things ever.
I started young, you know. I'm a little bit of a daredevil.
Ugh.
Now I try to be like more mindful. We do like the aerial silks. It's like daredevil light. Sometimes you gotta find like safer things to do. It's not that I can't break my bones doing aerial silks, but I don't do the tall ones either, because I get like real good at it, and then, but not practiced at it. I'm like naturally really good, and then I'm like, look at me, I'm a grandmaster. I did this 3 times, and then I'm like, I'm gonna make up a new trick, and then boom, broken bones.
So you've had bone scans? Bone scans,
Like x-rays?
Well, scans for osteoporosis, what is it?
No.
I think it's every so many years. I didn't have any for many years. My bones were always really solid. Then they decided last year they said, well, when was the last time you had one? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, when are you supposed to start taking them? I think a lot of that stuff you don't just start till you're 40 or something.
I think it's 40 or 50. Yeah, that's right. You're a young one, I forget.
Oh, it's so young, body.
Oh. And I was shocked I lost bone density. Anyhow, it's over time. And I've always eaten good. I said, well, it can't be. It can't be. I've always worked out.
Do you lift heavy?
Not now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to keep lifting heavy for sure.
So anyhow,
if we don't use it, we lose it.
But what I learned over time, which is really interesting, is that even though they call it osteopenia when you start losing, or guess what? When you get older, you lose it anyhow.
Oh.
You're going to lose it. And I'm like, so what they're doing is and I'm not doing these, they're doing drugs for osteopenia to help. What they do is they make your bone brittle. I've learned that
What?
too.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the pharmaceutical companies are known for, like, we're going to give you something and lie to you and tell you it's going to help you, but it's going to make you worse, so you have to buy something more later.
Well, there's a whole story.
What is it?
Behind
osteopenia?
Yeah, that never existed before. And I guess at some convention, a bunch of physicians, I shouldn't say this, but I am, anyhow, there was a drug they needed something for. Anyhow, they decided osteopenia was a thing, which it really wasn't till I think the mid-90s.
Interesting.
And anyhow, they started prescribing for it. But the best thing people do is walking, balance, and weights.
And vibration plate.
Yeah. I got my vibration plate finally, Ella.
Yay! Because your vibration plate actually, when you're lifting weights on the vibration plate, you're getting more out of it, but then it's also training your fascia, which is very important when it comes. If we got healthy fascia, then, it can help to protect our bones if we do fall. And
Jim bought one.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that.
He bought one. He was so excited. He's been on it.
Oh, I love him. How does it? Because Dr. Jim.
Yeah, he likes it. So I'm the one. I'm battery challenged, so I don't have them in yet. But I did get it.
Yeah, you just got to plug it in.
I
I have one here and then at the house.
Does it have batteries in it already?
You don't put batteries in it. It's got a cord. You plug it into the wall.
He told me you had to put batteries in it.
Maybe there's a battery option.
He said you had to do it with the clicker.
No, I don't use any of those remotes. I just plug it into the wall.
Okay, well,
he was asking me what about all these remotes for. I was like, you know what? When those things come with remotes, I guess that this light that's not working right now came with 2 remotes. I don't mess with remotes.
Well, that's how
I would drive me nuts to like try to keep track of all these remotes. It would never happen.
Well, that's why I don't have them either.
Yeah, so neurospicy.
So yeah, I'll just plug it in. I'm gonna keep it.
Do I need this or can I just press the button? Because I hate that about like new TVs.
Yes.
You have to have the remote. Like there's no button on the actual TV. How stupid is that? Like not even an off button. You just gotta unplug it from the wall.
That's what I did at my brother's last time I was home. He's got all these remotes and.
Like I don't know what all this is.
So anyhow, he was thrilled to have it. I said, he goes, well, what's it for? I was telling me. I said, he finally decided, well, if Ella says it's a good thing, then it's a good thing.
I love it.
I
love
know.
it.
Oh, you're
It's
getting
true.
in there and digging.
It's true. That's why you should make sure you're subscribed and turn on all your notifications because I know all the good stuff. Not all of it, but I like to learn about it. And then we learn together here.
Yes,
That's
we
what
learn
this channel
together.
is about. We like to learn and grow and glow together. That's why I have so many cool, brilliant friends that are smarter at things than I am.
That's always a good thing to do, always.
And then we get to learn together. I'm like, ooh, I've just always been a curious cat. Meow. Sophie wants to know if this hurts or does it feel good?
Well, neither one. Ah! It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like a tickle hurt. Oh, I think I posted that one video of me, like, somebody doing me the other day.
It's not, it doesn't hurt, but it just digs.
Yeah, it's a tickle hurt.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but.
Okay, now hold your head again.
See, I'm a bad patient, although I've been released a long time ago. What I tend to do is not use it, so I don't have to feel any agony.
That makes it worse.
I
it's
know
like
it.
Stagnating water.
I know it. So that's why I wanted to ask you. I thought, it was just lately, I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, we do this all day long. All day long. Especially if you've had a lot of injuries like me. So we have a lot of athletes. I've got a guy with the particular form of martial arts that he does. He does a lot of sweeps, or did a lot of sweeps. And he really messed up, like, his ankles, his feet, his shins even. You can feel a lot of scar tissue.
Oh, feels good.
And he had to get rid of his Harley, like, last year. His wife was so sad because that was, like, a bonding thing that had together.
Oh.
So now we just finished.
Can I put my arm down?
No.
Oh, shoot.
We've done, I think 2 sessions on both feet, and they're already talking about getting a Harley again.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm so excited.
Oh. So this should help my arms. Just don't want to move
Oh,
it.
yeah. I mean, they're definitely going to look better. They're going to be sore over the next couple of days. And then, you know, as we get rid of the crunchy stuff that's, like, on the joint itself, like, surrounding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have more mobility.
Well, that's why I had Jim work yesterday. I'm like, I had him do my arms the last couple of weeks, and I'm not sure. We're just getting into that vibration. Like I can move it and get it where it goes, but it's slow.
Okay, put that.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Slow.
can't do that. Although the thing is, if you don't use it.
If you don't use it, you lose it 1,000%. That's why I started like walking in heels again, like at least once a week. And I'll be like running in them. I don't care. I just count that as like my leg and butt day. Because like that's what I hear. You know, I've been helping clients heal for like over 11 years now, and yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it. Especially then I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing the martial arts again. I'm going to start doing belly dancing again. I'm going to start doing all of those things that I love to do so that I don't lose it. But I've been a little bit rusty lately, except we're not doing it. There's some things we're not doing. Because I need my hands. I need to try to avoid broken bones. And
That's good.
Why are all the fun things risking you breaking your bones? It's not fair. So we did some modifications, you know, just some modifications. Oh yeah, there's a scar.
Thing is, it was the collarbone had 2 or 3 fractures. It's all healed. But it's just the arm
well, it's about it being healed, but then there's scar tissue where the healing is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that makes things bigger. It will block off lymphatic pathways. It can block off circulation. You know, so there's so much more than like a bone or a muscle. You know, and the fascia. I mean, the fascia is like a very new concept in Western medicine. Mm-hmm. So like it's something that I'm always learning more about. You know, we learned a lot about with it in the Jade Academy, which is the machine that I'm using right here, the Jade Frequency-Specific Microcurrent. But I mean, we learned a lot about the paralymphatic system then, and that's something that, you know, Western medicine just acknowledged maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. They're like, oh, we discovered it. That's cute. Well, I love that more people are learning about it, and then we can have more conversations and learn together on here, right? So yeah, even if the bone's healed, you know, you still have scar tissue, you know, fascia knots from it, especially if you're not moving. You got to keep the body moving.
I was in therapy, physical therapy, like for 5 months, and
that's why even if you just get on that vibration plate every day for 10 minutes, at least your body is moving. But yeah, when you sit and, you know, I mean, I had a lot of fascia buildup after my father died, and I was driving. I would drive around the roundabouts here in Carmel and just listen to books on tape or listen to YouTube for like hours sometimes. And just from sitting for hours, and then also the vibration of the car. Even though I have a minivan, and like minivans are built for like babies to sleep through, so it's like a very comfortable ride. I love my minivan.
You know, a passing in the family, somebody you're so close to can do a huge number on you.
Absolutely. I've had a lot of clients for energy healing recently with parents who have passed. And it still takes it out of me. Like I had 3 in a row on one day last week. And I swear, like at the end of the day, I couldn't even do my 9 o'clock client. I mean, I was like, I definitely shouldn't have worked like 13 hours that day either doing those, but you know, you gotta limit those to like 1 or 2 a day, because that a lot of times will take out more energy out of you than like actually like physically working on clients. And this is still like a lot of work to do all day. You know, I'll have people who want to train and like, oh my gosh, you do this all day? Yeah.
When I lost my mother, I was in such bad, terrible shape. I mean, I was going. The only thing I could hardly function. I had a really deep tissue, 2 deep tissue massage therapists on me work 2 days in a row on me, because it was just like, it was, I don't know, people, you know, our society does not acknowledge grief, but if you don't, it'll kill you. Oh my God.
Absolutely it will.
So, I mean, it took me a good 2 years to start functioning at any level, but you know, I was doing energy work and therapy like crazy.
Yeah, I spent so much money. You know what I mean? People, like, you don't even know how much money, like, I've spent on my own energy healing and to learn other things to do this professionally, you know? And a lot of times, I mean, I didn't have any energy healing outside of, like, you know, we did the physical stuff because it could, like, you know, after somebody dies like that, you really need to do what you can to try to, like, keep your mind in, like, the 3D reality, you know? It's like part of your soul has like left your body.
Truth.
I mean, I think I try to put like actual energy healing, Reiki, the integrated Reiki sound healing stuff that I do on the menu maybe a year after my dad died. And like, I just had like, energy was not there. I had to cancel it. I gave the girl back her money. I'm like, it took it right back off the menu. I'm like, now is not the time. It wasn't until we did tarot card readings at the zoo for Zubu last year, and I woke up the next day and I wasn't tired, and I was like, okay, we can put some of this back on the menu. But we learned from last Friday, like, within reason. Yeah, like, I don't even know if I want to do that kind of stuff, like, when it comes to, like, dead parent kind of healing. Like, I don't even know if I want to do that kind of stuff 2 days in a row.
That's a lot.
Definitely not 3 in a day. While I'm doing all of this stuff at the same time. Too much.
I can do readings 2 days in a row, but if I do 3 days, I sometimes do regressions on the 3rd day. But
it just depends on what comes in, you know what I mean? Like, but if there's like dead people coming in, that's like a special type of draining.
It can be. Yeah, this is what I needed. I mean, I knew it. I could I knew.
Well,
it was
you
in
are
there.
Jade the Psychic. I mean, of course you know.
Of course I know that.
Of course you know.
Of course, yes, we know.
She's like, could we do the arm? And I'm like, of course we can do the arm.
But I felt it for a while, and finally it just connected. I don't know, not that long ago. I thought, I just know there's stuff in there. I know that's why I had Jim start doing the bowls on me to loosen that up. And I thought, well, maybe I know we were going to wait with the arms, but I'm just thinking therapy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in pain, fixing the pain comes first. Because guess what? If you're in pain, you're going to be making ugly faces with your face.
I do that.
So we don't need any extra of that. Same thing if I have people who are doing the flux and, they've got their foot or their ankle is messed up, like the most important thing is getting you moving so you can be your best self. You know what I mean?
So how do we balance the arms out? I mean, how will that look?
What do you mean?
How would that
That
be?
one's already probably bigger than that one.
It's bigger, okay.
I don't know, but I would guess. I mean, usually if that one's more injured, this one's bigger.
Probably is, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question because people always ask that. Like, why are we doing this side more than that side? Like, y'all are acting like you come in here even. No, everybody comes in lopsided.
Well, my arms have been off for a few years because I was so busy working full time, doing all those readings and regressions, and then running down to my mother's like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Living down, almost for 6 months, I basically lived down there. And after I left my job, and it was intense times, that's all I can say. And
yeah, super intense. It takes a long time to detox from. Like I realized that I was like, oh wow, doing 3 in a row in one day, and I'm just on the other side of the healing to be doing that. You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh, then it brought me down. You know what I mean? And that's the process of alchemy and healing, which is what we work with here. But
yes,
I was wiped out all weekend, and that was the day after I did the bowls with Jim. So I'm like,
oh. Well, he sure loves his bowls. Oh my God, he's so funny.
Oh my gosh, those bowls are awesome. If you haven't watched some of the sound healings that we've been doing with Dr. Jim, go watch them. There's 3 on there. It's a nice rainy day. Maybe I'll go through and make some thumbnails today. I always say that, but I think I will today.
So how do you make thumbnails? How do you do that?
Oh, it's for the YouTube.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So we go through and screenshot some things and then stick it in the photo grid and stick it in the Canva. And so just with a bunch of, it's kind of a involved process. So, but all of my lives, it's just a brown square, with my face.
Yes.
So it's Easter eggs. So when I make the thumbnails, people can look at it and they're gonna know what they're watching,
Oh yeah, that's good because I saw all yours.
You're I have no idea. I know I have so many. It's I need to put that on the list to do.
You have a heck of a lot on there. God, you've been really at it.
Right, I feel that.
Yeah.
Can you feel more mobility?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, now where's that stop now?
Do what now?
Now where's that stop now? Oh, I felt your wrist even adjust there for a minute.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I just smile a lot and pretend like nothing's wrong, which is the wrong thing to do, of course.
Yay, as long as we've acknowledged it, now let's work on stop doing that.
Well, I finally told Jim, the doc, that I was, I said, well, it's been hurting, and then, oh, gosh, it's really deep in there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a chunk. It's like a chunk. I mean, there's a small grapefruit in there of stuff. Yeah, now we're starting to see a little bit of bruising coming through. So we're gonna switch over. You did really good today, though. That was a long time on your arms for the first time. Now, when we do the arms, we usually do one lateral side versus the other. I don't know why with the microcurrent like that, you just do see a better result. Whether it's one hand before the other. I learned that first when I worked on my father's hand with neuropathy, my grandfather's hand. And we worked on both. And then, I mean, after the one session, he was able to use the large remote again. he was able to use his large silverware again, which he wasn't able to do.
That's
and
incredible.
he was able to do that for the rest of his life, but only on the first hand that we worked on. So then we waited like 72 hours, and then I did the other arm.
Wow. Oh my God, that feels good. You got really, I knew it was in there. It's sort of like when you do readings and you can see dark shadows.
Yeah, that's what, I can see the dark shadows in your body.
You can? Well.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's what I do too. It's like that.
But there's also a lot of emotional stuff that are attached to those areas. You know what I mean? So you have to, like, you know, I can see where it's at, but are you ready to get rid of it? Because some people aren't, and then they turn that anger back on me. You know what I mean? They're like, no, this is my gremlin. It's my demon, I like it, I'm going to keep it, and I hate you. How dare you try to take my gremlin?
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, well, you know. And some people don't know it. Maybe they want to get rid of, like, the toxic stuff. They don't realize that toxic stuff is a reaction from, you know, a toxic environment or, you know, toxic experiences in their lives. The issues are in the tissues.
Well, I agree. It's in there. You have to be pretty miserable, at least I do, for it to let it go.
Yeah, so don't do that. Don't wait till you're miserable. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, you know, like it was really, I'm going to go get my juice. Where's my juicy juice? I'll be back. Okay, it's not a juice, it's a tea. It's a $4 tea. They're so good, though. Raspberry hibiscus. Oh, thank you. Dewey says they hope you get better.
Oh.
She's getting better. She's going to roll it tomorrow.
Well, when you said you could do arms, and that's when I thought, well, maybe she can do the garbage that's stuck in my... I mean, I knew it was there. It's one of those things you know, just because you just know. There had to be scar tissue in there. There had to be.
Well, yeah, you broke it. You know, I mean, you can, that stuff, like I broke bones when I was under 10. You know, yes, that bone healed, but, you know, what was going on with the fascia? Just, I mean, I'm still fixing stuff. It's like you don't really feel it until like maybe after like around 26, 27, 28. And then that's when I felt my knees and I could see this move that I would do over and over again. It's like it's from the Mummy. Mm-hmm. But you learn it in Taekwondo, and you like jump backwards, and then you land back on your feet. But I would be like too quick with it, and I would land on my knees. So I just like bam, smash my knees, and it's like a mat on like a cement floor. And I just remember this girl, and she was in her 30s at the time. I'm like 13, 14. She's like, you wait till you're 30 and that's going to hurt. And I'm like, whatever, old lady. And I remember, I think I was like 26. The first time I felt, I think it was like a little ganglion cyst coming in or something. But you could just like barely touch my knee, like so lightly. And it was like shooting nerve pain. Oh. And I remember that lady in my head popping in. And I was like, oh, she was right. I was like, I'm not even 30 yet. Why is this happening? Luckily, I did get my I got my machine like 5 or 6 months later, my jade machine, and I did a couple sessions on it and it's never came back. It's been fine ever since. It's been like 11 years. I did have a few years later where I feel like my MCL, ACL, I forget which ones are like inside like the hip flexors. I should know this because I've been studying. But not well. They got real tight. And I was like, ooh, like I like turned a certain way and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I bend like this, it's gonna snap. And then you need surgeries, which I don't wanna, I pray every day I never have to have another surgery again. I had my wisdom teeth taken out and it was like the worst. So God bless if you ever had to have surgery, you're strong. I don't understand when people like surgery. I do have a lot of clients, obviously, being in aesthetics that like it. And
they do.
And some people like it, whatever.
You mean facial surgery?
All the surgeries.
Oh my God.
I mean, I just know somebody, like, you know what I mean? I know that the result's going to be better if they don't do that, but I just know them as a person. And I'm like, look, you know, you might as well do this at 40, because if not, you're going to wonder and you're going to, like, obsess about it for the next 10 years, and you're going to do it at 50, and you're not going to have as good of a result. So you might as well do it now, and then if it gets messed up, at least it'll be easier for me to fix. And do I always have to fix it? Yeah, usually we do. Or we just do, you know, sometimes if it will come out good, you know, it's always better when you do the post-op right after, because we're accelerating that healing as the scar tissue is forming. Every time I go to the grocery store, I literally just clean them out of these little juices.
Oh, you do? What kind of juice?
It's a raspberry. Well, it's like a tea, raspberry hibiscus sparkling tea. Wow. There's like 0 calories.
Which store do you buy that?
I don't know if I should tell you, because did you go get some? No, it's at Neiman's Harvest Market. I
don't know them.
Yeah, it's newer. Yeah, we were singing there for a minute, but I think they stopped the music. Don't stop the music. Yeah, they started, last time we sang there, they took a bunch of the, like my favorite items off the menu. And then I used to go in there and plug in the computer, like a little office away from the office, but yeah, they got rid of all my favorite things. So I was like, all right, never mind.
Well, you probably won't have to worry about me. I hate going to grocery stores or stores.
Oh, it's a fancy grocery store. I love it.
So I'll have to.
It's at the front. It's at the checkout station.
I'll have to. Maybe there's somewhere else. I keep my everything really low these days. It's just all these big. There's too many people. I like people. I like people a lot, but.
In measured bits. Measured, timely bits.
Yes. And off hours.
So yeah, your arm's going to look like you got hit by a truck tomorrow.
Yeah, it is sore now. I can feel it. But if it's going to open up something.
But it's going to feel better. You know what I mean? You got to keep it moving. Even just like standing on the vibration plate and like, you know, hold the kettlebell and just kind of go up here and kind of stretch it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to just move your body from your waist. You want to stretch it out from your shoulder. It's even better if you're stretching your neck the opposite way. And then, you know, do your like rotations. Just like, you know, that's what's cool about like the vibration plate. It's just slow and controlled, and you want to find wherever your movement is stopping. And then just slow, like, breathe that in. Ooh, that feels so good.
Yeah, I can only do 2 to 3 pound weights on that arm.
You don't have to do a lot on the vibration plate.
The other arm's gotten weaker, too. I used to be able to do about 25 pounds, but my arms have never been strong. Never.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, that's not necessary. Like, if I lift heavy, it's on, like, the lower parts. You know what I mean? A lot of otherwise, I'm using, like, 5 or 10. My arms get really, like, muscular really quick. So even my sister, she's like, I'm only using 20s, and I'm like, bitch, well, that's why your arms are like this big around, like 2 to 3 pounds. You know what I mean? Or, you know, do 2 to 3 pounds and like do like punching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more about movement. It's more about mobility. You know. All right. So now we're gonna hook her little arms up to the flux.
Yeah, it's kind of just stiff. It's been, I think, a year in April was when I was out of therapy. The therapy was terrible. Oh my God. I mean, the therapists were incredibly. Oh my God, they were.
But it hurt a lot to try to get that moving again.
Yeah, they were pushing me. I'm like, "Are we done yet? Can I go now?" And they're like, "No, it's not minute."
That sounds like a good therapist.
They're amazing therapists.
They're like, "Look, you're gonna hurt now, but you're gonna love me later. You're gonna move better. You're gonna live longer."
I got to a great space, but. You know, I needed to get better, and then I started chair yoga in August because that's all I can't get up.
Chair yoga is great.
I couldn't get up off the floor because of this arm.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I finally thought, well, surely I can get on a chair, which of course I can get on a chair. So that's what I did there, and that helped a lot because we had a trip last fall. So anyhow, that helped a lot. Yeah, I got to be well so I can go on trips. You know, Jim's in a good place. He can travel. I mean, further away than I used to travel, certainly. And of course, I can flex my time a lot now.
That's so nice.
So before, I mean, I worked. And,
time to see the world.
Yes. This is good, Ella.
How's it feel?
It's much better.
It looks way better now. You're seeing some bruising kick in here, and on the other little gremlins.
You
hurt
it's a little
bit red.
There's bruising. Oh my God.
I know. This is the first one. Her face is never bruised.
No, my first. Yeah.
I don't know why. Was it bruised?
It was bruised. And Jim goes, "What?" I forget where it was. Jim said, "Oh my God, what'd you do to your face?" I said, "Oh, Ella did that." He goes, "Oh no."
Are you sure you should go back there?
No, it was just, we got really, really deep. It was good though. You know, I got stuff in my face. And
gotta get it out. Gotta get the gremlins out.
Well, this is from somebody who's done microcurrent forever. And I can't believe I had all that crud in there. But
yes, the frequency specific is way different. I have people ask that all the time, and they're like, well, why is this, and this? And I'm like, oh, well, okay, well, does your microcurrent machine regrow hair? Does it, like, it's frequency-specific microcurrent is not the same. And so many people, even, like, MD doctors that I've talked to and stuff, that's a TENS unit. Everything electric is not a TENS unit. There's literally, like, NMES unit. There's so many flavors of electricity. There's more flavors of electricity than there are colors that we can see with our eyes. You know what I mean? So, I mean, literally, colors are frequency. So it's just crazy to me when everybody thinks, like, it's TENS unit. Oh my God.
Yeah, although my microcurrent
and all microcurrent is not the same.
It is not. It helped. I mean, it kept things smooth, and then I got older, I think, and it looked like it really dropped.
And they have totally different machines. Like, I have a Rife machine that is just frequency-specific healing. And then I have microcurrent machines that are just specifically microcurrent. I got all the electric toys. All the electric toys.
You have more electric toys. You have as many toys as Jim has bowls.
Oh my gosh, I've got so many toys. You wouldn't even see my garage, my laboratory.
God, you must be rich.
No. I spend all my money on toys. I spend my life savings on all of my toys to help the humans. And a lot of times the humans aren't even grateful for it. And they're mean to me.
Oh.
It's a life cycle 33 thing. I chose this. Ungrateful humans.
I'm a 7.
Hurts my heart.
So I have to keep learning like you do. Oh.
Then you teach the people and they're mean. They're like, wow, you healed me. Hang him to a cross!
That was mean.
It's mean. Why are humans like that?
You know, Ella, I wonder the same thing. I've got people who've been mean to me. I'm like, my God, I helped you. I did all this stuff for you.
I can't tell you. They're like, oh my God, I can never repay you. I can walk again. I can breathe again. I can do this. Kill them. Kill them. Ruin everything. Jeez.
I found that with
it's just like
people. It's like, oh my God.
Why do I keep helping? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep helping people?
Well,
do they know that they want to destroy me before I help them? Do they know that?
They might.
I think some of them do.
Well, I discovered this week in astrology with Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio. With Scorpios in general, people are coming back into my life this week who have burned me.
Hi, Lane. Oh, yeah.
Are you going to do it again? I'm like, no. So far, I was reading yesterday, 3 or 4 different, people said that. And I'm like, so far, nobody's come in my life yet from the past. And then they're real sweet again, and then they bring
what do you want? What is your motive?
So far, nobody.
Show yourself, demon. Show yourself. Which demon is running your body right now? Because I swear, there's the same demons will be jumping into different people's bodies. It's like as soon as you get rid of one, you get rid of the person, and the demon just jumps into the same one.
Yes. Well, here's how I operate.
Scat. Holy water. Holy water.
Once you've done me wrong, it's over. Forget it. So, Ella, if you do me wrong, the end. Forever. You can't come back and be kind to me because it's all over.
I don't ever do that. I got everybody who does me wrong.
I know you don't.
And then they get the karma and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have fucked with Ella.
I'm kind of bad.
I'm like, dude, there's nothing I can even do about it at that point. Like, you got to ask God for forgiveness. I pray for you, but you know what I mean? If you don't do, so many people, they think that they can just ask for forgiveness without making the amends. And that's not how karma works in God's eyes.
You know,
you gotta make the amends.
Because what I do is like, what's their karma? I want to know. I want to be around for it, which is really cruel. But
I just like totally forget. Like I never have to be around for it, but I hear about it always. I'll totally forget. It's right when I like forget that this person existed, and I'm like, oh damn. Well, you know,
I can move it better already, Ella.
I know.
My God.
So yeah, that pain from like the around the joint, that deep pain.
Oh, yeah.
That's what kind of dissipates, and then it kind of, imagine you've got these hard chunks, and then it kind of like spreads out a little bit.
Oh.
So it'll be more tender to the touch.
Yeah.
But it won't be that chronic pain that like keeps you up
right.
at night. And then eventually it'll be gone. And the arms will be smooth and sleek and snatched.
So by the time you get done with me in 3 years...
Yeah, this arm is actually... 50. I mean, this arm is literally half the size of that one.
Is it really? Oh, my God.
I had a feeling it would be just because, like, if there's the pain there, there's the inflammation, there's the toxic buildup, there's the break and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But until I'm actually feeling it, like, that one is literally 2.5 sizes bigger.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, I could...
So at some point, we'll probably... Like, I want to do this one so just, like, so you feel the arms both times. But on future ones, we'll probably hook up that arm and then like alternate legs or something like that.
Okay.
Because we don't want this one to be, this one's going to be like the Barbie arm. And it's just going to, you know, look more and more off. So,
oh, yeah, I can't be unbalanced. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you're already super imbalanced.
I know.
So we want to get you back to balance
that's
before we straighten. And that's a very common thing, especially if somebody has had injuries or something. You know, they could have one leg that's fatter than the other. If you stand, you know what I mean? Like, how are your daily habits? If I'm standing straight up on this leg, you know what I mean? This is the foot that I've broken more. So this one's going a little like this. So you know, that's going to build up more scar tissue and, like, the hip and the fascia just standing, repetitive motion. And repetitive motion injuries can also be sitting in the same spot. Not necessarily doing the same motion, but doing the same lack of motion is still going to build that up into your tissues and cause you issues. And that's when you call me and you're like, girl, I got issues in my tissues. And I'm like, I got you. Let's get rid of them. Are you ready to get rid of them, though? You know, some people are very attached to the demons that live inside their body.
They are. Yeah, and I've always been very, very strong. Always really strong, everything. I walked a lot, too, for many years. I walked several miles a week all the time.
I mean, especially when you've got the grief tied in there, like, it can really hit you more extreme when it's coming from multiple frequencies, you know.
So how long will I be on this now?
30 minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I cannot believe how much bigger that your injured arm is than the other one.
I'm glad you could... Well, I never had anybody look at it. I just know I was...
Well, they'll look... You know, people will look at it, but, you know, it's just like, what are they looking for? You know what I mean? What are they gauging? That's what science is. You know what I mean? You can be like, something's tall enough, but is it wide enough? You know what I mean? It's got to have all of the... And a lot of people don't know all of the factors that they need, you know? So I always think of everything in my life when it comes to working on my clients as a derivative, right? Let's take the emotion out of it if possible first. Even though a lot of times why we have stored up junk in our body is because of toxic emotions.
Yes. I just, you know, one more thing. The parent thing. Oh my God, we're working with people. I mean, you know, I've always been a very deep empath for listening to people's losses. But oh my gosh, after my mother passed, I became like a whole new person, different person.
So, I'll load you up with the black ones.
Oh.
This one reminds me of like a starship going through the sky, like Star Trek or something. Do you like my nails? We got them done with Miss Sasha yesterday. So she's always talking me into something different. I'm like, let's do something French. And she's like, I never know what I'm going to come out of there with. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a background for it. Ooh.
Oh, this actually feels good on my arm. Oh my gosh.
favorite book is gone. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Your favorite book?
Yeah, I've read it like 4 times. It's like never know if it's like the history of electric medicine.
Oh, that sounds.
I know, and I've bought it 3 times. I need to order like 5 of them because people like borrow them or whatever, and then they disappear.
I quit lending books out. I hate to say it because a lot of them never came back.
Cheese, cannabis. You know, I like both of those things, but you're an idiot. And it's not a patient, it's a client. I'm not a doctor. We focus on immediate results that people can see and feel right away for 11 years now. But, you know, I don't know. Cheese, cannabis, you had you had me at that, but then you start talking dumb. Listen, we learn and grow and glow here together. And just talking stupid stuff like that, now you just look stupid while we're over here trying to learn and I'm showing you how this stuff works. And you're just like, I'm doubling down on stupid. I don't want to learn. That's what you sound like. So, I don't know. Calm down, smoke a blunt, pop a little cheese cube, hang out and learn something. Hang out and learn something. So, yeah. Anyway, this is one of my specific frequency. Yeah, if you want to learn, you are in the right place because we learn and grow and glow here. And like none of that was constructive for any of that. You just sound stupid. But it's okay. I forgive you. Go smoke a blunt, pop a cheese cube, sit back, relax, and we can all learn and grow and glow here. Okay? So yeah, this is the spooky guide. So this is like a frequency-specific that's what this other one is. This is, they have over like 60,000 different specific frequencies, right? Frequencies that can help heal. Then I have other ones that are microcurrent that's going to accelerate healing by increasing ATP production by 500%. All of these are things you can look up. It's not new. They've been figuring this out for a long time. I don't know what that is. Okay, so I'm just showing you my nails. It's hard to see. So this is like a heart. It's red and gold. I don't know, we'll go find something else to watch. Y'all are weird today. And this is a brain. This is what some people in the chat need today. A brain. A brain. And then this is the Aries. Because I'm an Aries sun sign. And then that is a Capricorn. Also appropriate on this finger. Because that's my moon sign. So fun.
This is really helping this right arm. Oh my gosh. It feels better. I mean, it just feels better. The inside of it feels better.
Yeah, you're going to have way more motion in there.
Wait, all the way to the core bone. It just feels better.
Hi, Roxanne, a Capricorn. Why are you throwing up? Maybe call a doctor or something. That's weird. Yeah. We've got a heart. And then a brain. So today we're working on her arm. We're actually snatching up her waist. You don't see that here with the flux. And she had broken her collarbone a couple years ago, so she's got a lot of scar tissue in here. Also, like, you know, when you don't move it, you lose it. It builds up a lot of toxins. So this arm is literally like, you know, about 2.5 sizes bigger than this arm, and it's because it's full of toxins. So we are removing the toxins from the arm. So it's going to make it smaller. It's going to make it look better, but it's also going to give her more mobility. And then now we're going back over with the flux. So that's going to help with circulation. See her arm?
See? It's like...
They like to flap.
This is good. I can do this easily without thinking about it.
yeah, everything we do here, you're going to see instant results from. So you don't have to go read a book and trust a doctor or trust whoever. You know, we have lots of doctors who come and do this. This is, you know, complimentary care. We don't have patients. I don't know. You're real weird. I'm going to put you in a timeout. I don't want negativity today. So we're going to put you in a timeout because I don't even know why you're talking. You're adding no value. You add no value. So you got to go. Like, that's how easy life can be. You know what I mean? Like, is it giving blessings? Is it giving burdens? You are not giving any value and you're giving burdens. So goodbye. Outer darkness. Never come back. We don't need that. Hi, Shavetta. We love having you here. We are snatching up arms today. Yeah, I don't really need to, convince somebody who's never going to come and probably can't afford this anyway. Really don't need to do that. Client's happy, other clients are happy, she's feeling good, she's going to be looking good. If that's something you are interested in learning about, then this is the place for you. Definitely subscribe, turn on all of the notifications. We love to have you. But yeah, if you're just going to act like an idiot and talk shit in the comments, we don't need you here. And you're dumb. And nobody likes you. So go pray, go do some charity work, get your vibration up. Or you can just sit there and watch and shut up. And then that can also lift your vibration. So any of those options are fine. Okay, so Jane's going to tell you some stories because I got to go help another client, achieve their dream body.
Oh, gee, what kind of stories can I tell? Well, I'm going to talk about this arm a bit.
Yeah, tell me about the arm.
The reason is that's why we're doing it today. One of the reasons why I'm doing this, about a year and a half ago, a little longer, I broke my collarbone. Woke up in the middle of the night at the bottom of the steps. Long story. And 2 days later, I ended up in ER. Well, I broke my collarbone, but to make a long story short, I was in physical therapy for 5 months, but it's still been hurting the last few months, and I never got all the mobility back, and it hurts, and even though I'm supposed to be stretching and doing all that good stuff, I've been neglectful. Well, anyhow, I thought, well, maybe Ella could help me here. So she was in digging out today. Chair yoga helped me a lot. I started last August because we were going to be traveling, and that helped a lot, all that movement, and started going to chair yoga again. Then when we left town again, but anyhow, today she got in there and she dug with her, I forget what it's called. I hear her all the time, but I thought there's got to be toxins in there because I've done body work, energy work for years and years and years and years and years. So she got in there today and really opened up a lot, and I could just feel junk breaking up, and of course now she's flexing it just to get things moving. I can really, really, really tell. So and I know she's done some stuff on her foot, etc., things that she broke before. So I'm expecting amazing results from this. So she's doing my other arm too, but she got in there and really broke up. Even when I do readings, I can see on people where energy's stuck in your body, shadows. I would see shadows, psychically. Ella does too. So we see the shadows, and lots of energy work can help heal that out. She goes in a different form as well with all her equipment and can break it up and move it much faster. So that's what we're doing today. We're really trying to get that out because my arm was stuck. Even though I could move it slowly and get it, it would move where it needed to go, but it hurt a lot. And so she's already broke up a lot just today. I can feel it. And my arms, which I've never been really big, but I was so swollen on both arms. Basically, my other arm got weak, just like this, to my right arm, where I broke it. It was a broken collarbone, but I couldn't get my arms lifted up. So that's what she's been doing. She is an amazing healer, and I know it's all her fancy electronic energy equipment, but guess what? God is energy, and God allowed somebody to evolve all this equipment so that it can help people. Lots of people do all kinds of energy healing work. So yeah, keep learning. Like she says, keep learning. She's a great teacher, great healer. You know, we need doctors. We certainly need doctors, physical therapists, all kinds of people. We need them badly, but you know, this is just a step further and deeper. Just like you may have therapists and counselors. Sometimes, and I'm pretty sure same things happen to Ella, therapists have actually sent their clients to me for readings. And the reason is I'm sure that I can say things to a client a therapist can't, and vice versa. So sometimes I will take clients and say, hey, if you're not going to a therapist or a counselor now, now might be a good time too, because they can see them every week, and they have a lot of exclusive time for an hour at a time, whereas they may not do that with me. So what they do is they send them to me so I can zero in on the problem pretty fast and tell them what's going on and what they may need to do or want to do. So we all help each other, which kind of reminds me, when I went to college, I was 17. My first degree was mental health technology. It was like a counseling degree. And what I did was, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of great counseling skills. Then went on to, got my final degrees in human development and human development, human growth and development. But it's all very cool. Body, mind, spirit all works together. And of course, the world changed greatly since I went to college. Oh boy, Ella's back. The party's back.
I'm just snatching up the lotion.
Well, I'm sorry.
I was just talking to my client, and she dealt with managing, tens of thousands of people, and I was like, that's why you live in the woods now. You totally understand.
Oh.
Because we were talking about how people have just been being weird lately. We'll have to girl talk a little bit about it.
No.
Once the camera's off.
She left me. I thought she would come back in. Jay, she's back. Is your person gone?
No, I just hooked them up. Hooked up for an hour. A Liga. Ligas are cool. Did you mean like Liger?
It feels so much. This feels so good on this arm that continually, it's like a low grade throb. It's just it's helping.
It's like a hug.
It is like a deep, deep hug.
Deep
vibrational hug. And the other thing is, the other arm started, I think because I wasn't using either one of them, it just kind of,
bringing it back to life. Hi, Angiana. So we're doing a little flux red body sculpting on her today, on her core and on her arms. And we did an accelerated healing treatment on her joints after she had a broken collarbone. This arm was literally like 2.5 sizes the size of the other one, just full of like toxic buildup. So it can look like cellulite. A lot of times people think that is fat, but it's actually toxic buildup that is going to come from, you know, not using our muscles, blockages from scar tissue from when she had surgery to the collarbone thing. So yeah, it's been super fun. And she's about to beep. Love you guys so much. Glad we got to learn. Well, most of you are really cool. And you're my besties. And I love you very much. And yeah, she's only got 3 minutes left. And we've got a little girl talk. So make sure you are subscribed. Turn on all of your notifications. I love you so much. And yeah, we'll do another live stream like later this evening after dark. Bye.